Welcome to JM Gaming. I am JoezMcfly. We are here with a very special person who hung out with us actually the entire day, and we just got finished gaming. I am here with Jack Kriner.
Thank you for having me. This has been an absolute great experience.
This was so much fun. We were playing. I'm not gonna spoil anything because then I don't know when the videos are coming out, and I hope that this one comes out first. But you know, I want to get to know you a bit because you're a pro gamer. How old are you now?
I'm 19.
You're 19. I know you're telling me that you're in college, first year of college, right?
Yep, freshman, yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, what got you? First of all, what got you? When did you start gaming?
So I started gaming. Probably when I was 5. I got a Wii. Played Mario Kart and MLB 2K11.
Nice.
Those were the games back then. And what really got me into it was just I love sports. That's really my biggest thing. I'll watch sports 24/7. I didn't watch cartoons as a kid. I watched sports.
Nice.
So that was really my biggest thing.
Okay. I see you're wearing a Nationals sweater. You're a Nationals fan.
Yep. So
you got a soft spot for the O's, you told me.
Yeah, I do. I'm about 20 minutes from Harrisburg, where the AA team for the Nats plays, the Senators. So I grew up going to those games. I was able to see Bryce Harper playing AA when I was
so
5. Yeah. So I have to root for them. That's just who. And coming up, when I started being a baseball fan,
yeah,
in 2012 was when the Nats really came onto the scene.
Yes.
2013 was bad. The odd years are bad to us, but 2015 was terrible. 2014 we choked versus San Fran, but I grew up at a good time to be a Nationals fan for sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, the Strasburg time,
yes,
which he was special, and that World Series run, I know you must have been so high for.
It felt surreal.
Yes. Bryce Harper was awesome. Seeing Soto as well. I mean, are there any other your favorite Nats?
Yeah, so I saw Soto played 9 games in AA, and
That's
I was
crazy,
able to see
right?
him in one of them, and I knew he was special. But Jason Worth is also one of my favorite Nats.
Oh, Jason Worth.
Something about the hair, the beard. It just.
You know who else likes him? Or Shelfie loves him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that makes sense.
I know that.
But yeah, Adam LaRoche, I loved. Ian Desmond, Danny Espinoza, Steve Lombardozzi, who wasn't around for long, but I really liked him. Tanner Roark.
Okay.
Gio Gonzalez, Jordan Zimmerman. It's sad what happened to him in Detroit. He was so good in Washington.
For real, man.
Who am I forgetting? Tyler Clippard was great.
Okay.
Drew Storen.
Drew
Storen still breaks my heart for 2012.
Yeah.
Daniel Murphy.
Those are your guys, man.
Daniel Murphy is still the best hitter. I watching. I swear he got a hit every time he was up to bat.
He was clutch.
He hit 340 in 2 straight years. He was so
clutch.
Good. Yeah.
He was clutch. Well, you could bring your mic a little bit.
Yeah.
There you go. No, you're good. You're good. So yeah, I mean, it was clutch, and I know you said you got soft spot for the O's. The Orioles right now are getting hot. They got some young kids coming up now, so you got some good baseball.
Yeah. And since we get Masson, the O's and Nats, that's always what I've been watching. And my dad's a Yankees fan, my uncle's a Yankees fan, so I'm a baseball fan at heart more than any team, to be honest.
Okay.
Now, I hate the Mets and I hate the Red Sox.
I understand.
Other than that, I hate the Braves too.
You know what? We could be best friends.
Yeah. Other than those 3, and I don't really like Houston. It's not really the cheating. I'm just tired of them winning.
Yeah.
I just like new teams being good.
Well, you guys.
Yeah.
You guys beat them. So
yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into your whole gaming career here. You're obviously college kid now, and what are you studying in college?
I'm a comm major.
You're a comm major. Yeah. Okay, cool. And when did you start realizing, around what MLB the show you started to realize, hey, I'm kind of like that guy. I'm kind of good.
So at the end of MLB the show 18, when I was getting bored of Fortnite, I got a lot of 12 and O's, which we just did. And it takes skill to be able to get a lot of 12 and O's, and
yes.
And I don't know, something just clicked for me. I just realized wow, I'm pretty good at this. And it was just hard to admit to myself that I was good. And at 19, they introduced a top 50 banner. So in ranked seasons, the top 50 that are ranked get a banner.
Yes.
And
I remember that.
I didn't get it the first season, and I was heartbroken, and I didn't realize how competitive I was until I didn't get that, and I got that. And so in June, I played a friend of mine to this day. we had an insane game. It was like 19-18. I think he walked me off, and it's cringe at the time, or cringe now. But we had like little teams, like it was called Team Young Guns. And
Okay.
he invited me to it, and about 5 or 6 are still some of my closest friends.
That's dope.
Yeah, like our team had like 10 of the top 20 players now. So
Oh, that's awesome,
yeah,
man.
like, yeah, we were like 14 or 15, just being dumb. But that really introduced me to people in the community, and I watched a lot of like you guys like in 16, 17. Like I watched a lot of YouTube, but that's really when I started to know a lot of people, and it just kind of took off. Like I got the top 5 ranked, and I got a monitor, which really helped me.
I got a monitor.
Yeah, I used to play on a flat screen TV and got top 50.
That's crazy.
I don't know how I did it.
Getting a monitor is almost like a career highlight.
Yeah,
It's
like playing on the TV today, like it just kind of gave me nostalgia.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it was crazy. Like it all happened so fast, and then COVID hit. I broke my leg in January 2020.
Oh,
so
man.
played a lot then.
Well, there was nothing to do in 2020 but stay home. So
yeah, unfortunately, it was in January. I don't know why I couldn't broke it during COVID. Like the day I got out of the cast was when COVID hit. So
oh well.
yeah,
that sucks.
yeah. So in COVID, I just no life the game. Like I'll admit it, and I improved a lot. And what sucks is a lot of the tournaments then were 18 plus, and I was 15
Oh
or 16,
yeah, that's true. They were.
And then 21, the first tournament I was eligible for, I won, which was 15 grand. And that's when,
tell me about that.
yeah. So I played my best friend in the finals, and we had a game 3. It was best out of 5, and our game 3 went to extras.
Wow.
And I somehow won. And that game, like, it gave it in a real baseball. When you win game 3, like in a 1-1 series, it just feels over. And it was surreal at the time because I remember, like, I didn't play good in tournaments. I don't know. It just couldn't do it. And that game and winning that, and it wasn't even the money. Like, I'm not going to lie, 15 grand.
That's a good amount of change.
Yeah. But like, it was just like surreal. Like, wow, like I really came this far. And then in 22, I won another 15 grand in the next tournament. And then I realized, like, oh, wow, this can really be a career. And then it's really taken out from there. And the last tournament, I won 25. So,
oof. Are these in-person tournaments?
No, they're not, unfortunately. Okay. There's been one in-person tournament, and I lost to a good friend of mine in the final qualifier to make. It was at the race. It was in Orlando, but the race hosted it. But which sucks. But at least I lost to a friend.
Yeah. Well, in-person tournaments are insane, just because. Like everything ratcheted up, and you got an audience, and it's like I watch a lot of them for like for like fighting games, and like the fighting game community is a whole different competitive scene.
Yeah, they actually just announced another in-person tournament.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's all Tampa Bay Ray players at the Tropicana Field.
Okay.
But I get it since it's hosted by them. But it's not the most competitive environment. But I'm excited to play in it, and hopefully I can make the lane and.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. Well, we were planning like as JM Gaming, John Boy Media, we were planning down the line as we grow, doing like hosting tournaments and having like big, tournaments and out there and putting that out. So look to have you as a part of that for sure.
Yeah, and this and here you definitely have like one of like 4 people could definitely play a big tournament.
Well, we got a space actually. I'll show you after like this spot, and you'll be like, "Whoa, that looks kind of sick." Yeah, it's pretty sick. They got it all set up.
I just said that. My expectations like were high, but I really only seen a picture of like all the like podcasts, so I didn't realize like how big it was.
Yeah,
and it's insane. Like the office rooms, like meeting rooms.
That's awesome.
Like I didn't know you had a special room just for the gaming.
Yeah,
and then 2 studio. Like it's just insane.
I was real adamant about that when we first moved to this office because we were in the Bronx before and we had like a small little kind of closet almost for like the gaming room, and we were able to do some of that stuff from there, man. So what are some of the best friends in this game that you've met that you're just like, because I know you mentioned, I lost a good friend, and I'm sure that gets repetitive, but who are some of the top players that you've played against and played with and all of that?
I'm going to forget names, so
It's
I
cool.
apologize in advance, but my best friend in the MLB community is named Hana.
Okay.
Hana about it, but I call him David. That's his first name. But special shout out to him. We've met in 2020, and he went to Penn State, and I'm a huge Penn State fan. Ooh. Even though I don't go there, Penn State sports.
It's not easy to get into.
It's my life, and I just wanted to stay close to home. But we kind of just bonded over that, and we're both really good at the game, so we talk every day for the last 4 years, and like I didn't get like, even though the skill is a one-on-one game, there's been people that helped me along the way, and even though he doesn't play as much anymore, Beatrill,
Okay.
I know he'll listen to this. He really got me. Like, he was there for like my mental. Like, this game takes a ton out of me mentally, more than like I trust my skill at this point, but mentally it is so hard to just stay locked in. And he's really good at it. Like, if I ever need mental, yeah, even though he doesn't play as much anymore, he still understands it. And who else? Weens, I'm gonna shout out at him. That's who I beat in the first tournament to win 15K, and he won 24K 2 weeks later. So
good for him.
yeah, and he beat me to do it. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't really feel bad that I beat him. So,
yeah.
And then Zazzy, I'm also gonna shout out. I beat him in 2022.
Okay.
I reverse swept, so it was a best out of 5.
Wow.
He went up 2-0. I was actually down 2 in the ninth in game 3 to walk it off, and now I can't beat him anymore. So I can brag about it now. But yeah, we play so many close games, and he just finds a way to win. Trying to think of who else. There's so many people I can name, but
have you had like what was the biggest like oh shit moment? Like, oh, this guy's trying to like be my friend. Like, maybe whether it's a big leaguer, I don't know if you had anybody like.
Yeah, so there's a couple. Your friend Kyle.
I met Kyle's
him,
dope.
I met him really early on in his content journey, and we've been really cool for a lot of years now.
Yeah,
which is crazy to think about. Time really flies. Trying to think. Josiah Gray following me on Twitter.
That was crazy, right?
Yeah.
He's a dope guy.
And I played a lot of co-op with some like minor leaguers. Harrison, shout out. Yeah, in the Yankee system, he's nasty.
Okay.
And I got to see his first spring training outing this year.
You
person.
did?
So, yeah, he relieved Garrett Cole in his first. I think it was Garrett Cole's first outing in spring when he came out, then came back in. Harrison came in, so that was really cool to see in person. Trying to think of who else. Anthony K.
Okay.
Big league. Yeah, he was in the Marcus Stroman trade, I think.
Yes.
And now he's pitching in Japan. Really cool guy.
Well, I mean, it's good. That's the thing. The baseball world, it's huge when you look at it from the outside in. But once you start, whether it's making content in it or you start to become, you start to move up in it, like it starts to get smaller, and like the players are like real cool.
And it's crazy that like the first clip I saw of you, it was August or July of 2018. Rafael Devers,
yeah.
Lefty Chapman. Your reaction. I remember seeing that the day because I was watching with my dad. I remember that game vividly, and it's crazy. Like I'm able to talk to you now. Like it's crazy. Like that being good at a video game has created so many opportunities like this.
That's good.
Like I never thought I would be coming to New York City to come to one of the biggest baseball organizations in the world.
Oh yeah, yo, I heard that after this you're gonna take your mom to. What's she think about all of this?
Yeah, so my parents were skeptical. Well,
I bet
at first, but they're very supportive. When I won 15 grand,
of course. So once you start showing the money,
I don't blame them. But yeah, like the money changes everything. But they're very supportive.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm excited. Window seat at inside Rockefeller.
Woo! So, yeah. This is your first time in New York?
Third time. So I came in 2018 to a car show with my mom and my aunt and some of them. And last year, our senior trip was to New York City.
Oh,
and I'm pretty sure I passed the office because we met at Bryant Park, which is only a couple blocks
away.
It
is.
So there's no way I didn't walk right past. And that was in the back of my mind. Like I would have loved to come here like last year. And well, I've wanted to come here forever, but last year, like being with my friends, we went to like the MLB store. Then we had a dinner cruise across New York City, which was fun. The only thing that wasn't fun is I was up at 4 a.m., got back at 3 a.m. So,
oh yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, at least today, 6 a.m. to midnight or so, I can handle that. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So you're here only till what, tonight?
Yeah, my train leaves at 8:30.
Taking this train is smart. I took the train before. With Amtrak, and we're going to be doing that as well. To get down there is so quick.
Yeah, I'd never taken a train before, but man, that was nice. That 3 hours went really quickly.
Yeah, you could do other stuff. I don't know.
There's a train station 5 minutes from my college, so my mom and our neighbor met me there, and it was very nice.
Now you've been doing streaming, right? And do you have your YouTube channel as well? Like you do
TikTok,
content on that?
Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. How's that been? Because that's a whole different beast as well.
Yeah, so Twitch has been crazy for me. So I had 7,000 followers on my first account.
Nice.
And
you got 2 accounts.
Yeah, so I made it under 13 by 3 months,
okay.
and they took it down, and I couldn't get Twitch partner,
That's
so I had to make a
crazy.
new one, and we just hit 6,000 followers.
That's
So.
good.
And the TikTok has been doing well, the Insta Reels, YouTube, all of it, and I've realized what people want to see in short form content. Like no one really cares about like you playing a good player,
Right.
But like if you hit 2 straight, like I posted a TikTok with Babe Ruth hitting a 520-foot homer and 515 or something.
Yes.
That blew up. Like people just want to see like something fun and new.
Yeah.
Like I can play the 47th ranked player, but no one really cares about that.
Right.
I don't care about it. So
Yeah.
I try to look at it like the biggest thing content wise, would I want to watch this? Like if I'm just creating stuff, like why would you want to watch me? Like would I want to watch you? Like
Yes.
Like that's really what's helped me a lot.
Yeah, well, YouTube Shorts is also a really good one.
I've done that too.
You got a whole bunch of subs, so it's like it's good. And that's the thing. Like with streaming, like people want to see one of two things: somebody really entertaining, or somebody really good.
Yeah, I try to incorporate. The way I am is I'm just not an emotional person, so
Yeah.
it's almost hard. Like when I'm playing like a competitive game, like I just like to sit silent. And while streaming, it's not the best thing to do, but it's just how I am. And some people, I've gotten a lot of like comments saying like they really appreciate me for that. Like they like not seeing me like fake emotion.
Yeah.
Like I'm just gonna be real. Like if that like means I don't grow a crap ton, like that's fine. I would rather like grow to what I am as a person.
You will grow, and I'll tell you why. The easiest person to be, and I learned this like real early, because the easiest person to be is yourself. Anytime you try to do somebody else or try to be somebody else, it just never feels authentic.
Short term it could work, but long term it's just not.
People see right through it, man. And so many people like try to like do stuff to appease other people that to see somebody be genuine is really attractive.
Yeah, you know? And like I just let my raw emotion out. Like if I rage, I rage.
Yes.
If I'm silent the whole game.
Actually, it's more impactful though. Yeah. You know, so it's like for me, it's the opposite. Like when I don't react to something and it's like a big thing, then I'm like I got like this kind of like I'm over it energy. Like people are more like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah. Well. Like I'm just not a big yeller. The only time I've yelled is when I saw like the top 4 made Sunday for the big tournament.
Yes.
And I hit a walk off to make the top 4.
Nice.
And I just yelled. Like I came back from like 5-0 and I went crazy.
That's awesome.
Sometimes I just lose it. Which
yes.
is fine. But like it's fine. Like if it's raw, I'm not just gonna scream "Let's go" after hitting a homer, going up 3-2 in the second. Like who cares? Like,
well, it's good. Just be yourself, be genuine. And the only thing I learned about streaming, and I love streaming personally, because I was streaming like Yankee games and like just meeting the new people and like seeing the same names over. I'm sure you see that.
Yeah, I like seeing you with the bat at 1 a.m.
Oh yeah, you see me there with the little hat, the little helmet.
You're like the 10th player. You're the 10th in the lineup. Yeah.
So we're with that, man, but that's good. We'll do like a little settings video as well, because how does one become the #1 ranked player? You know, how do you become that? Do you do anything like practice wise to like lock you in more? And
I'm gonna give the boring answer first.
Yes,
a lot of it is being 19 and being born with good skills.
Yes,
I'll give you guys the good answer now. Settings. My PCI has been yellow circles, 100% transparency. For instance, MLB The Show 20.
Okay.
And it worked for me, so I'm not changing. A monitor with 120 hertz is required.
Yes.
Control freaks and precision rings aren't required, but I highly recommend. It took my game to the next level.
Yeah.
And being composed. People overlook the mental game. Because at the top, like, everyone's good enough to beat each other.
Yes.
But if you don't have it up here, you're not winning. So that's really something I pride myself. And, like, I'm not going to spoil the BR games, but as you saw, like, I don't get too high or too low, really.
Yeah.
Like, I just...
No, it was awesome. It was awesome. Can't wait. You guys definitely go watch that. I don't know when they're coming out, but hopefully you guys watch that. But it's pretty good, man. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get into some settings. You tell me like reasons on why you pick certain things, and we'll go through there. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, let's hop into the next thing. We'll do settings real quick. That was awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so walk us through like your settings, and I guess why you do them. You don't have to go each one, but like the important ones, or what you think everybody should possibly have. Oh, let me get you a headphone here. All right, so we're here with Jock. He's going to show us what his #1 player in the world settings are. What's important, what's not important, or what you should have and why. So you guys might want to pay attention, and maybe you could be able to up your game as well.
Okay, so swing input buttons, this is something that everyone uses. Hitting interface is probably the most important setting in the game.
Yeah.
Zone, it's required in my opinion. Like
Yes.
you can't do anything in the game without zone. PCI anchor, this is all preference. I've never used it, kind of just bothered me, but I know a lot of people who use it, so like it doesn't really matter.
Less things on the screen.
Yeah, this doesn't really matter. PCI indicator, I actually used it off for a couple months, but I don't like it off. I'd leave it on. PCI center, this has been my PCI since MLB 20. PCI center circles, yellow, 100% transparency. The PCI is really just preference, though.
Yes.
You can use whatever you want,
Right.
in my opinion. Especially opacity, like this doesn't really matter. I know a lot of people use like 50% and 100%, and they're still amazing players. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
I wouldn't really recommend the outer PCI. I'd stick to the inner and center.
Yeah.
I just think if your PCI is too big, like on the outside, it's just like gonna distract you.
Yeah.
Like you're almost forgetting like how to square it up. It's just like you're seeing the outside. Like, so I think center is really beneficial for me.
That's a good point.
Yeah, PCI fade out. I got to be completely honest. I don't know what this means, so it's not important. Defense, pitching is the most. I'll leave it. I'll just leave it at frustrating. I use pinpoint, but pure analog is fine this year, especially. It's impossible to locate. Pitching ball marker, chevron or pitch trail are both fine. It really doesn't matter. Throwing interface, button accuracy. I highly recommend this. If you use buttons, learn button accuracy. This is coming from someone in MLB 19 who used buttons, and when you got random errors, that's why. So button accuracy, very important. Throw canceling, a lot of people have it on. I have it off because I like preloading my throws a million times. So that's just something I've used. Drifting ball, this doesn't really matter. I just think it's easier to see the baseball this way. Hitting view, this is the second most important thing. Strike zone or strike zone high is what you have to use. Pitching view, it doesn't matter as much. A lot of people like it zoomed out. Strike zone, like, I forget what it's called.
What's so good about strike zone?
It's closest to the pitcher, so like it's easier. The ball is the biggest in strike zone and strike zone high.
Makes sense.
In play view, offense and defense, I use high. A lot of people use medium. I just like seeing the whole field, but this doesn't really matter. I think that's it. If you guys want some tips on what you can do to improve your game, as I mentioned, P rings and control freaks, but custom BP, I'll show you guys really quickly.
We could show them your controller as well. Where's your? I don't want to get your bag, but I'll give you this.
Okay, so in custom BP, this is very crucial in my opinion. I don't use it as much anymore, but I used to live in this mode, and it's super customizable now. So say you're struggling with a four seam, turn it all the way up, turn everything else down, and just see four seams. Say you can't hit an up and in fastball. Good way to practice hitting an up and in fastball is just selecting this. Let's see if I can hit a baseball right now. Kinda.
Nice.
DJ LeMahieu swings a noodle. But the point is the same. Say you're struggling with a circle, or if you're having trouble differentiating the cutter and the slider, you can turn that up. And something else I really recommend is just sitting in custom BP for 20 minutes and not doing a thing and just seeing strikes. This will really get you better at differentiating balls and strikes, and this is what really helped me. Just sitting in custom BP and seeing the spins on the ball, and I pretty much know if it's a strike or ball right away. It's something that really helped me and something I really recommend to you guys.
Do you ever pick certain are there any pitchers that give you trouble specifically?
Yeah, Randy Johnson has always kind of given me trouble.
Yeah.
Every once in a while I can hit him very easily, but most of the time it's just a 6'10", throwing 103 from the left side. It's just hard. Thank God he doesn't have a sinker. If he had a sinker or cutter, I'd be screwed. I would say Randy.
Well, you could customize this according to how you want it.
Yeah.
I think you could even do situations in this.
Yeah, it's very customizable. If there's a pitcher, a lot of the classic teams have like a lot of like Randy Johnson, Greg
Like the
Maddux.
groundbreaker?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, groundbreakers, the barriers, I think they're called. I forget all the team names, but if you use them, you can get a lot of like the cards that you're using on your DD team.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Or like certain hitters. Like I know you told me like you and Judge don't get along too well.
Yeah, I like Soda Swing. I love Stanton Swing. Rizzo, I haven't really used. Glaber.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I love Stanton Swing, and Soda Swing is pretty good.
Okay. Are there particular cards that you target? Like I know we did in our BR video, you did create, and make sure you guys watch that, but we did the BR video where you put together your entire squad. It's not about overall. Sometimes it's about what swing is glitchy for you or not.
I look for swing the most, to be honest. Like, obviously, you need good stats to be a good card in the game, but when it's, like, pretty close, I look at swing. I like comfortable, or I like hitting with people I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
Same on the mound. Like, if I'm using a card I just don't like why? First off, but I just like guys I'm comfortable with.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Well, those are the settings. Is there anything else that you think that anybody could be able to do to be able to get themselves better at this game, whether it's hitting or pitching wise?
Yeah, I would recommend the DualSense Edge controller for the PlayStation people.
I'll show
you guys
them the
right
remote
after this.
Yes. All right.
Okay, so this is the controller I use. So I have an orange Vortex mid-rise control freak right here. I have a green precision ring under here. If you're on Xbox, I really recommend the black precision ring. That's because those joysticks are a lot more sensitive as someone who's played on both. What I hit with is I hit with this trigger on the back right of the controller with my middle finger, like that, and it's really been a godsend for me. That's really it raised my batting average from like 430, 420 to like 470, 480.
Oh,
and that really just separated me. And I kind of like the comfort of like just holding the controller and having my middle finger like that. It's just very comfortable for me.
Now, what do the precision rings, what do they do for you?
Yeah, so like a lot of people have slamming issues where they just do that and they're way under the ball. So this really limits that. And for someone who hasn't had a ton of slamming issues, they're still really nice. But if you have slamming issues, these are a godsend. They will change your life on the game.
And you like the control freaks. Well, what do they do for you?
Yeah, so this is just like more motion. I don't really like the feel of the joysticks, so I like having the orange Vortex.
Yeah.
A lot of people use like Galaxies, which are purple.
Yeah.
I've always used these. It feels really good on my thumb, so that's really the main reason I use it.
And that control is interesting because it does come with customizable sticks as well, where you could be able to pull them out and change them out. But yeah, the control freaks just gives you the added aim and all of that stuff.
Yeah, and I know they're more like popular in like shooter games.
Yes.
This is every top player I know uses control freaks.
That's awesome. That's good. Make sure you guys get them. Hey, Sony, if you want to throw some our way, we got no problem with that. All right.
I go through these Edge controllers very fast. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So those are good. Do they? How long do they last you?
Yeah, I'd say 10 months, but I always get the warranty on it. So highly recommend. It's worth the $50 for the warranty.
Nice. Okay, good. All right. Any of the other settings or anything like that you want to go over in the game that you think is important?
Yeah, not really a lot of settings, but mentally.
Okay.
My biggest thing, stay composed. I mentioned it earlier, but I promise you it's the most important thing you'll do. Stay composed during games. I don't care how hard it is.
Yes. Good stuff, guys. You guys heard it from Jack here first. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys follow this guy. Follow his Twitch. Follow his YouTube as well. If you guys want to see his gameplay. Awesome kid as well, man. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Let's go.